So that's all I did was call CQ. And I made probably 160 some in 9 hours.
It's good to get your speed up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, your speed goes up some during the course of the contest. And, but I was not running QRP this time. I have run that, you know, QRP.
I got my CQ 160 QRP certificate in today.
Oh, okay, so
I picked up Kentucky last week.
Kentucky?
I wound up 11 in the 4 reader, so that wasn't too hard. That wasn't bad for me.
Yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here, folks. This is the November meeting, 2012 of KY-QRP on the 5th of November. Yeah, it's 5th of November, that's right. Election day is tomorrow. Way over here in the corner, we have Alan, KA4ADF, and John, since you haven't been to a lot of our meetings, I'll just go ahead and have it start with you. Everybody just introduce themselves so that we all know who we are.
I'm John Marks, KM4CH. I live in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
I'm Porter Moore, KG4GTK.
Roger Coughlin, KJ4YSY.
I'm Glenn Dawson, AK4HJ.
I'm Loretta Colvin. I don't have mine yet.
Yeah, I like that yet part.
I'm gonna get it. Linda Dawson, AK4GC.
Wilson, November 4, Zulu, Quebec Tango.
Okay, thanks all, and thanks for bunching up there so I don't have to move this thing around too much. Okay, Alan mentioned that the ARRL has 20% off everything in their store through midnight tomorrow night, and you use the code VOTE, all in capital letters. So if you've been thinking about a book, a QRP book, or something like that, might be a good time to order it. For November is an odd-numbered month, so it means that we go to the Big Boy on Harrodsburg Road for lunch. There are 5 Thursdays in November, but one of them's already passed, and the 22nd is Thanksgiving. So I'm going to recommend the 15th. Does that probably work for everybody? If we wait until the 29th, we then meet on December the 3rd. So I'm going to suggest the 15th, unless somebody has a major objection. So that'll be at 11:30 at the Big Boy on Harrodsburg Road. For October, we went to the barbecue place down here, Willie's Barbecue, and unfortunately it was just me and the Dawsons. Because I think, Roger, you had a doctor appointment.
Yeah, Loretta had a doctor's.
Loretta, okay. Joe Takis was busy, and
You were out of state.
I was out
yeah,
there.
that's right. You were in South Carolina.
Right.
But I thought basically that it was okay. They have several tables for 8, so I mean our group could just show up, and I think we'd be good to go. So I'm going to recommend when we have our December meeting, we'll talk about it. But I'm going to recommend we go back there unless somebody has some objection to it. On the topic of field work, we did do back in October. We were talking about going to the horse park, which we did on the 13th. But it was just me and the Colvins and the Dawsons. I had a blast, folks. That's the most fun I've had in a long time. I made a bunch of contacts on 20 meters, and I know everybody made some contacts. Some people have put up, I think some people have put up pictures, but also I put the video up on YouTube. So all these videos, by the way, if you happen to miss me posting the link, if you just go to YouTube and search on KU4A, you'll get all the videos that I've posted.
And also the horses coming by.
Yeah, exactly right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I shot some video of one of them just
Nice.
to give people an idea about the fact that we could look out and see the chariots go by. So that was a lot of fun. The weather was perfect.
Yeah.
Hated to miss Alan's, Aries luncheon, but it was truly about the last really good weekend of the year. What other field work have y'all done since October? I know Bobby and I think, didn't you guys go out
Yeah.
on a weekday?
Yeah, and then me and Glenn went out,
Okay,
and then the other day I went out.
okay,
It was such a pretty day that, wind was cool, so, I went to where I could put my antenna up in the trees and sit in the car
okay,
and, work my radio. It wasn't a real good day, didn't make but 3 contacts on the QRP rig, but
But we worked a lot,
that's,
we're working a lot on antennas.
yeah,
We've got some yo-yo antennas and put some nice balance on them
okay,
and figured out how to best mark them and,
okay,
stuff. So we made some antenna headway.
yeah, we just did more work than we did.
yeah, okay,
But it's a good place to do it because you got room to work.
yeah, okay. Now, where was this?
Hilltop Park.
Jolto Park, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't they turn the
Number
water off?
6,
Yeah, they turned it off.
our favorite spot, number 6.
Okay, uh-huh. Now, how about, when you and Bobby went out, did you go to Shelto?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then, when you were out by yourself, it was Shelto? Okay, okay.
Well, it's good for me because it's just about 2 miles.
Uh-huh, yeah,
Me too.
And I've got some good trees. I've already got some good trees, got some good areas picked out.
mm-hmm, yeah, you're getting to know the park pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm, okay.
And it says Loretta loves Roger on it.
One of the posts.
Ooh. Have to leave your mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we had a good month for that kind of stuff, I think, and I enjoyed myself thoroughly. And since that trip to the horse park, I've worked on my computers a little bit to make sure that things will go a little bit more smoothly with my digital modes and stuff. Not that there's anything really wrong, but I think for JT65, both of my computers are just simply too slow, and there isn't too much I can do there. But for PSK31, I've got everything tweaked up about the way I want it. So, yeah, I've got a copy of QRP Quarterly here. This just came, it's the fall issue, just came in the other day. Help yourself, I do not need it back. I've already read it, so the first person to grab it can have it for a while. And
Can you explain the style of reading extras to me then?
I don't read the technical articles. Now, I mostly just look at the pictures, John.
Tell you what, you can get over your head quick in that book.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the way that first day, that 4 days in May thing is up at Dayton. There, some of the talks are really pretty technical.
Yeah.
Sharp guys up there.
It's got
So I like hanging around and sometimes I accidentally pick up some.
Uh-huh. If you're lucky.
I got my telephone on PSK31.
Oh, okay. You want? I was just getting ready to talk about equipment and stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I thought I had it with me. It was a little box about that big.
Okay.
And you stick one end of it in here, and one of it in the little box, and then there's a cable comes out the other side. You plug in the back of your 718 or whatever you got. You buy cable for either one of them. It worked fine.
Okay.
Didn't have to do nothing.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be a favor, just like all those other 2 boxes.
Well, you were at the luncheon. You were having problems with it, so you must have got that straightened out. And that's that's for an Android phone, right?
Yeah, all I had to do was to go ahead and transmit on it. And when I transmitted on it, everything worked fine after that.
Okay.
I released it, put it back in the receiver, it's fine.
Okay.
I haven't had any trouble out of it since. I don't know whether it set something up when I did that or what, but it worked fine
Okay.
ever since.
That's excellent because that solves a battery problem. I've got 2 laptops ready to go, but I can kill the battery. In one session like we had at the horseback park, I can probably kill the battery in both of them. So, and there's Mr. Bobby.
Hey, was that 20
And
years
there's
you've been using
Greg Cross. So we've got Well, I'll see where these guys light, and then we'll, okay, any other, stuff related to, newly acquired equipment?
Is that, 20 meters you've been using on your PSK 31?
Yeah. 20 meters is the primary band for really all the digital modes, especially the newer ones. There's plenty of activity on other bands, but 20 seems to be like where you'd want to start on 20 meters. So, okay, we've added.
Really open here the last little while.
Huh?
20's really been.
Oh yeah,
good here.
that's one of the reasons that's such a popular band. Is it's usually pretty good. Plus you got DX most of the time, even when the higher bands are bad. Hey, we get Greg W8FJK in red and Bobby KB4QNR. So now I'm going to have to move this thing around because you've scattered out beyond the. And Bobby, right quick, on the 15th of November, Big Boy on Harrodsburg Road at 11:30.
Okay.
And I've got your box here that we talked about.
Oh, okay, very good.
We talked about the field work that's been done. Have you got anything to report? Field work, new equipment, or
Robbie
anything?
probably told you about us. Did you tell us?
Yeah, Shelto Park?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A little bit.
We did that one day last week, and then I
Uh-huh.
think him and Glenn went out the following day, so, contacts, I made contacts up into Ontario, New Mexico. This was all 5-watt single sideband.
Okay.
With the 703 and the infed, the PAR
Okay.
2040 infed. Then Barcelona, Spain
Okay,
on 20 meters,
okay,
all on 5-watt sideband.
okay.
So,
Okay, any kit work planned or in progress? Winter hasn't really gotten started yet, but,
I ordered 2 Pixie 2s
okay.
today. I figure I'll probably miss one on that. So,
And then you use it as spare parts for the other one.
I got it from HSC out of California.
Okay,
It's got all the parts for $10.
okay,
That's both. It's a transceiver. Of course, it's pretty simple, but,
come on in and sit down.
you know.
I've got the Tech direct conversion receiver.
Uh-huh,
I'm gonna build for the kids, I'm gonna build it for 20 meters to go with my 20 meter QRP transmitter that I had out here last January. I've shown it's about a 5-watt crystal controlled 20 meter transmitter, and then I have the 25-watt amplifier kit that I built. So I'm gonna incorporate all that into a complete station.
okay. Tell me again what the receiver
The
is?
receiver is the Tech direct conversion
Direct
ham
conversion?
receiver that you can
Okay.
wind for, you can build for any band.
Okay, it's single band only?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just this'll all be a 20 meter rig with,
Uh-huh.
capable of 5 to 20 watts, something like that,
okay.
depending on,
Mm-hmm.
so.
You and I'll have to, at field events, we'll have to make sure we stay out of each other's way. 'Cause all
That's my
stuff-
winter project.
So, okay, and then you've already got like a matching transmitter for it, or,
I'm gonna use the NS40 transmitter, which is, one of the 4-state QRP
okay,
kits.
Okay.
It's already built.
okay,
It works on 7.030.
okay. Okay, anything else related to kits, new equipment? Anything like that?
Got antenna tuner parts for my KY, I need to build that.
Is that an internal tuner?
It's an internal
Okay.
tuner.
Internal tuner, okay.
We just did a presentation for the Red Cross where it was a ham radio presentation in general, but we did kind of focus on the QRP minimalist aspect of being operate on, so that it didn't require so much power, all the benefits of QRP type portable operation in an emergency.
Okay,
And well received, so.
okay,
Just want to mention that. I featured a lot of the pictures that we had shown before with a lot of the members here with the QRP group and stuff.
okay,
And some of the antennas we've all built and things like that.
okay. All right, we've got a few more latecomers here, but after 7:20, I don't do introductions. So. How about antennas? Anybody? Now I know you guys were talking about doing some antenna work at your field events and so forth.
I took the 20-meter bazooka down. It operates fine, but I wanted another band on the same coax. So I put up a fan dipole for 20 and 15.
Okay, this is at home.
Yeah, this was at home. So
Okay.
I do have some parts together. I'm probably gonna build a 4 or 5 element 2-meter beam for some sideband use.
Okay.
I had a 160/80/40 trap vertical up until the bushy-tailed tree rats cut it down again. Oh, I gotta put it back up.
Yeah. You know, I lost a vertical in the 2003 ice storm, and I haven't had too much problem with critters messing up antennas, but, okay. Alrighty, anybody else have anything at all, QRP related that we haven't already covered?
Do you have some standings for us on the, I know you probably hadn't had as many contest entries.
For miles per watt?
Yeah,
Well, the everything is up to date out on the Yahoo group.
okay.
So if you go into if you
File there.
go to over on the left, it'll say files, and then the folder name is either MPW or miles per watt or something like that, and just go out and look. A lot of times I forget to look and see if any of my QSOs are representing improvement over what I had out there before, but I don't think there are. So yeah, we're a little down this year.
Well, Michael's relocated to California and he had a lot of the PSK.
Yeah, he won
31.
just about all the band. Yeah, just about all the
he ran
bands.
digital stuff and of course he's relocated now.
Yeah. So that means that some of the bands will be easier to win if y'all feel like sending me your QSOs. So.
Well, my best was a 15-meter one, but I don't know how that stacks up now. That was back in the spring.
Well, you haven't given it to me already, right? Or
I gave it to you.
no? Okay. Well, if you gave it to me, then it's out there.
It's probably out there.
Yeah.
It was Croatia. on
Yeah.
5
Well, it's out there whether you're leading on 15 meters or not. I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't really even looked because
We only got
nobody's.
about a month and a half left. So
Yeah.
I was just thinking, oh, I better get busy here.
What's the
Nope.
categories again? Categories, is it digital QRP and?
No, it's per band only.
So nothing to do with
Mm-mm.
it's digital?
No, you know, some contests that are run like that will have different antennas, different modes. I think that's too complicated for our group. But every band is separate because, you know, the bands are different. And it is calculated based on the power. So you ideally really want to know what your output, it's based on output power. You really want to know what your output power is, if at all possible. Because I divide the miles by whatever your output power is. So that's why that he won so many. Is he's running PSK 31 and he'd start like at a half a watt and call somebody, and if they didn't answer, then he'd bump it up to 1 watt, and then he'd just keep bumping his power up until he finally got through. Well, sometimes he got through on a half a watt or 1 watt or something like that. And I mentioned a couple of years ago about JT65. I thought was really going to revolutionize a lot of this stuff. And there are people that run JT65 really low power, but I don't know, but what you can do better with PSK31
Yeah, I
most
know.
of the time.
It's kinda hard to beat.
I typically run JT65 at home at 25 watts. So none of my stuff qualifies for QRP, but I've worked some amazing stuff that I don't think I'd have been able to work on other modes. But the problem is there's a lot of people on the bands. So, you're in competition with people. Greg?
I was just curious if anybody is doing any experimenting with DSP radios. The hardware is simple.
Radios with DSP in them, or?
No, well, basically, you just have very simple
Like a
receive
soft
hardware.
rock.
Oh, you mean an SDR?
Yeah, SDR radios, thank you.
I have
Anybody doing anything?
I have somehow managed to resist buying one. Anybody?
I've got a soft rock that's
Uh-huh.
built, it just needs a few external connections and it'd be ready to try.
Okay,
But, it's just sitting there right now.
yeah. The big ones are, pretty expensive.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Things like the soft rock, dude.
Yeah.
I saw,
Something you can afford to play with.
I saw one in CQ, I think it was. Did you see this, the Cube? It's an SDR and it's a little cube about
Yeah.
that big.
Yeah.
It's a totally independent SDR deal. It's
Yeah.
got its own display and all that.
Yeah, the big ones, you can't just take some old, XP laptop that's been sitting around your house for 10 years and run it. I mean, it requires some significant, that's probably not true of the soft rock because it probably doesn't have
Right.
the band, the bandwidth that some of the big ones do.
Right.
So.
No, it takes a pretty good rocking computer to run the bigger stuff.
Okay, folks, unless at 7:28, bars comes on in 2 minutes. So unless somebody has something really, really important, I'm going to close this thing up. Thank you all very much. Nice crowd tonight.
Thank you.
Bobby,
Yo.
you talked about building a 4-hour